All right, we're in for a treat this week. So the theme sounds like a freaking episode of Harry Potter. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, shoot.
Shout out to ChatGPT for the assist on this one.
Oh,
The title is Blood, Half-Bloods, and the In-Law Apocalypse.
what?
Stories about family beef.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's freaking go.
I'm scared.
So the first story is putting brother's girlfriend in her place. Sounds like there's something fun there. Son tells his dad, do not marry your girlfriend.
Oh,
Absolute no.
oh no.
Another poster asks, would I be the a-hole for ditching my disabled dad? And last but not least,
Oh,
we have a twin telling her twin sister that her boyfriend hit on her.
oh, that's not good.
Some not so fun family dramas gonna unfold in this one.
Oh gosh, but at least it's like he's hitting on someone that looks just like her rather than you find out that like your dude's looking at girls that look nothing like you. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's still major betrayal, but at least there's that.
So at least it doesn't nick your ego. At least it doesn't make you feel like he's like, he wants something different.
He just wants your twin sister.
Yeah, he's just sliding into the DMs of somebody that's not you that looks exactly like you.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's almost like, what's he looking for?
Is it the personality?
Who knows? But maybe we'll find out.
And the two, it's like, I wonder if twins kind of have this sense of like competitiveness towards each other. Like, do you think they compare?
All the twins in the world right now chime in because I know they're all so competitive.
Really?
100%.
Okay. Like they want to low key be better and the hotter twin and like
the hotter, more athletic twin, the better twin, the
smarter
twin, the smarter twin, all of it.
Okay.
It's sibling rivalry, but you are the exact same DNA pattern.
You're like totally connected.
Yeah, the exact same person.
Dang. Okay, well, I'm ready, but let's chat about last week.
That one's a rager, but last week was the episode when you just have to stick to your story, featuring Sticker You. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to check them out. They're freaking awesome.
Yes.
Big shouts to them. And that was a fun episode. We have the story. We started off with the story about the girl that was friends with benefits, and she's mad because her hookup partner is lying to her. Then we have the girl that was gaslighting her mom and lying. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was hilarious. Everyone on social media loved that one, by the way.
They're like, OP is a gangster. When you hear the title, you think, nope, that's bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, it was perfect. The next one was I married my same gender best friend, even though we're both straight. Sounds like a pretty good premise.
Yeah.
Good premise. Was that fake? Don't know. And then last but not least, it's husband doesn't know that I dated his friend. OP is a female that she just is in too deep. She can't tell OP that she had a past with this guy.
That one gave me nightmares.
That one's terrible.
And
it was fake.
Oh, thank goodness.
So shout out to you guys in the comments for picking that one. I saw a few of you out there.
Yeah.
You guys are getting good. If you didn't know, then stay tuned this week, see if you can figure it out.
I don't think they're going to get this week's.
I mean, they're getting good.
We'll see.
Can't put it past them. So this week we want to give a special shout out to Smoothie Box. We got a big box in the mail from Smoothie Box, and if you haven't checked them out yet, you have to peep it. They do pre-portioned smoothies. So you grab a little plastic baggie out of the freezer, you tear it open, you add the liquid of your choice, and you have a meal. And it's a delicious meal with protein. When you talk about getting your nutrition, eating healthy, there's not an easier way to do it on the planet. And I don't know if anybody else feels like me, but living in Arizona, I don't like eating anything hot in the summer. I'm huge on smoothies, acai bowls. It's just easier for me to eat. So I'm all about Smoothie Box. Smoothie Box is my bestie, making eating just way easier. Toss it in the Ninja and you're good to go. So check them out. It's code Internet Friendsy 25 and you get 25% off if you use the code.
In all caps.
In all caps. And I absolutely recommend, if you like smoothies, try them. Without further ado, let's get into Blood, Half-Bloods, and the In-Lawpocalypse. Tell me that doesn't sound like Harry Potter.
It does, and I don't know what my sound was, but we're gonna go with it. It does sound like Harry Potter.
That was like when the mariachi band starts to play. It sounded like you were Miguel from Coco.
Yes, that's the best compliment. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, but I mean, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, first up, we have, am I the asshole for reminding my brother's girlfriend that I own half of the house we live in so she can't easily get rid of me?
Okay. No, he owns half the house.
She.
Oh, wait. She owns half the house.
All right, let's dig in.
Okay.
I'm 15F, 15 years old female. Have been living with my big brother, 25, for the last 3 years. Our dad died 3 years ago, and our mom abandoned us 7 years ago and is living abroad in Japan with her new family. Ouch.
Oh my
Sucks.
gosh.
She says, I'm very independent and don't need a lot of attention and generally mind my own business. So I'm not a nuisance or a third wheel. I just need to be left alone. The house we live in belonged to our dad, and he left it equally to both of us.
Okay.
My brother's been seeing his girlfriend for a couple of years now. She's not bad, and I generally like her. However, she wants to move in here, and they're talking about getting serious. I talked to my brother about how this would work, and he thinks it's too soon to discuss it, and we'll sort out the details when it's more serious. Okay, so the other day, she came to me and asked me about my plans about uni, and if I wanted to stay around, and I told her that, yeah, I plan to stay home while going to uni. She suggested it might be good for my growth to go to a different city and get exposed to new experiences and people. Also suggested boarding school for next year. This girl's 15.
Oh my gosh, this girlfriend's dirty.
Dirty.
That's messed up.
Says, I smelled BS, so told her what it's really about, and she mentioned that they're getting serious and want to start a family soon, and I won't have a place here as they're a growing family.
I'm getting so mad right now.
I know. Talked about importance of nuclear family and all that nonsense. I asked, why is she trying to get rid of me? I've done her no harm. She said it isn't personal, and it's just that their family will deserve to have their own space without relatives living with them. I reminded her that I own half of this space, so she's delusional if she thinks that she can just get rid of me.
Facts.
She initially said my brother has done enough for me already. Fine, I do something for him, but also said let's not continue this discussion now.
Are you kidding?
Later, my brother told me I was unnecessarily aggressive and instead should have come to him about what she said. I told him I didn't approach her. She was trying to manipulate me to get rid of me. He thinks she was wrong to do that, but I was unnecessarily aggressive and she didn't mean bad, and now I've damaged our relationship, maybe permanently.
Oh, this girlfriend's a child.
She's the worst. Later, he had a fight with her. He hasn't talked to me since then. It's been about 4 days now. She also hasn't been over since then. AITA for being too aggressive to her.
Hell no. Good for this little girl. She is so intelligent for her age.
That was my first thought, was this girl is 15 and she's holding it down against 25-ish.
Manipulative little brat.
And like, what 25-year-old female is dating a guy? The guy is 25 and taking care of his 15-year-old sister. That he has guardianship over her. And the girl's like, hey, sis, you're going to have to scoot over. You're going to have to move out.
I could
We
never.
want kids. Who could do that?
Literally never. This girl is a piece of shit.
Yeah, bad.
Oh my gosh.
It is a bad deal.
I'm so livid.
Here's the issue, okay? This is an issue for the listeners and for us. This was posted 7 hours ago.
Oh my, there's no update.
No,
Stop.
this is freshy fresh. But we're gonna have to keep tabs on this one.
Oh, please save that.
Oh, it's getting.
Are the comments just loving her?
Yeah, everyone, of course, everyone NTA. Not the asshole, not the asshole.
Oh.
This is the most upvoted comment so far, says NTA. All these things she was suggesting, like boarding school, who would be paying for that? Your inheritance, brother? Because it doesnn't sound like it would be her covering any costs. It's yours and your brother's house. Even if she did move in, it would still be yours and your brother's house. She would just be living there. I'd have been a lot more blunt if someone had the audacity to tell me to move out because they felt entitled to my inheritance and what I should be doing with it.
Facts.
IMO, the fact she hasn't been over and they haven't spoken is probably because she doubled down on what she said to you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So she's telling her boyfriend, like, no, she needs to leave.
And your sister was so mean to me. She was so mean and aggressive. And I was just coming at a nice, genuine place where I just feel like she needs to explore and grow and do all these new, exciting things. I was coming from a good place.
Move out of my house, little kid.
No.
It's F.
This brother needs to dump her. I don't care. She's a bad person.
And OP responded right away and said, wouldn't surprise me if she's trying to force my brother to choose between us.
1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me sick.
And she's 15.
She's 15. She's not 18.
No.
She's not
You're
19.
you're pushing like a freaking sophomore in high school to like think about leaving the house.
To boarding school when
And
her
why?
family got blown up?
Like her dad passed away 3 years ago. She was 12.
12.
And she's 15 now. And she's even saying, like, I just want to chill in my room. I'm not
I
kind of like,
know.
it's not like I'm out there hanging out with them, wanting to watch shows with them. That's how I would be. You kidding me? I'd be like, what's up, guys?
You'd be cock blocking like crazy.
I'd be shameless about it. I'd be like, no, it's not time for that. We're going to watch the next episode of 2020. No, but that's this poor girl. I feel for her, and I hope that the brother does the right thing, but he's in a hard spot right now.
He's in a hard spot, but he's in a spot where I hope he is seeing it clearly and seeing the girlfriend's true colors.
You're right about that. Hopefully he's seeing it, but I'm not holding my breath.
Oh, man. That's a good story. And terrible. Okay, please keep us updated on that.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, I'm ready for mine if you're ready for
yours.
Shit.
Okay.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm getting the story.
You're on a podcast right now.
I got a text from someone and it threw me off. Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I don't want him to marry his girlfriend? Honestly, this is embarrassing, so I'm using a throwaway. My parents, both 46, got divorced 6 years ago. My mom remarried 3 years ago, and my dad has had a few girlfriends. His current girlfriend is the only one he has ever brought around. My mom has met her and likes her, and my sister idolizes her. She's nice, and I don't dislike her. The actual problem, she's 27, exactly 10 years older than me. To me, it's so weird. I don't understand why my dad wants to date someone so much younger than him. When he asked my sister and I if we were okay with him asking her to marry him, my sister was excited. I wasn't. I told him I wasn't comfortable with the age gap and thought she was just a sugar baby. Dad explained that she has her own career but said okay. Since that conversation, my dad has been really sad and the atmosphere in his house has changed. His girlfriend hasn't been by as frequently either. I feel kind of bad because I want my dad to be happy. Am I the a-hole?
That's tough. It's like, is he cool with dating? Is he cool with the dad dating in general?
Yeah.
He just has a problem with the age gap?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be weird. You're 27 and your dad's dating somebody he's 17. Your dad's dating somebody that's 27.
Yeah.
He's only 10 years older than him. And at 17, you're kind of feeling more like adultish.
Yes.
That starts to feel, like obviously he is closer to her age than the dad is.
Right.
So that would be striking, I think, for anybody.
I think it just puts a different perspective on your parent. Like, your parent is old enough, I feel like, to recognize that like that large of an age gap it's a little weird. It's weird.
And you have to, I think everybody initially would just question the motives.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Which is what he did anyway. He's like, she's the sugar baby. She just wants, his money. Like, she's not actually into him. Like,
well, and what I'm going for is, I feel like I would look at my parent differently on their motives. Like, are they being gross by wanting a 27-year-old female?
Well, and is it gross if it's legal?
Yes. 18 is legal.
But like,
and that's gross.
He's 46. She's 27.
Okay.
They are full-blown adults.
I didn't hear. I read the story, but I didn't realize he was 46. So my bad. 46, 27. It still feels wrong.
It's a massive gap. It's big. So here's my question to you.
Okay.
If, let's just say you're single at 27, what's your ceiling?
35.
35.
And he's got to be rich.
But don't say anything else about anything. Okay, sugar baby.
I'll be a sugar baby, but I'm not freaking, what's it, rocking the cradle?
Yeah, robbing the cradle? You would be in the cradle. You would be the one getting robbed.
It's not rocked?
No, it's robbing the cradle.
Shucks.
But listen, 35. I just want you to really think about this for a second. So let's just say he's 37. But no, 37's too old.
That's too old. If I'm 20, what again?
You're 27. So the other thing is, she's in her career.
10 years? That's a lot. I will say though, like I have friends that marry guys that are 10 years older than them, and I don't think it's weird at all. I don't even blink twice. I'm just thinking as a father and you're dating someone, he's 46, she is 27. That is very young.
But this is the thing, okay? This is a good story.
So let's stick to that.
No, and there's the gap is massive. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
But I just think that there's always going to be extenuating circumstances. There's things that have to be weighed out. If it's just some 27-year-old that is just, looking to be swept up by a guy that's got his money and she just wants to be taken care of, red flags all over the place.
Yeah.
But what if it's not like that? What if the stars align? When it comes to the age thing, I think it's a hard thing to digest for a lot of people, but it's because a lot of those variables you just don't know about. It's what is his motives? What are her motives? Is it wholesome? Is it normal? Is it a healthy relationship? Is it codependent? Is it, any type of superiority complex? There's so many different things that you could assume just based on the age gap, but there might be more to the story.
No, that's fair. Well, there is more to the story because there is an update.
Say what?
Yeah. So it says, edit. This blew up bigger than I expected it to and found its way to my dad. Now he wants to have a talk this weekend.
Oh, snap.
Update. So my original post blew up and managed to find its way to both my dad and his girlfriend. Her name's Jenny. Jenny thought it was really funny while my dad was mortified. Some of the comments were really mean towards my dad, which made me a little sad. He's a great dad and trying his best. I'm eating my words right now. That's hilarious. As a whole, the comment section had me thinking about my father's love life too much, and I know now not to air my parents' business on the internet. To clear up some confusion, my dad was not asking for permission. He was simply asking how my sister and I would feel about him remarrying. As for the actual update, my dad sat me down and explained he wasn't upset over me or what I said. He was upset that he didn't know I was uncomfortable sooner. He told me that him and Jenny met at a conference and that they both thought the other was lying about their age. Jenny thought dad was younger and dad thought Jenny was older, apparently, because of how high up in her career she is. That's cool. It was nice to hear that dad wasn't intentionally going for women in their 20s and that Jenny was the first girl he dated that young. I still get the ick. Jenny took me out solo for matcha the other day too. She said she never wanted to be a mom and doesn't want kids. She said that she liked that dad already was a dad to older kids and didn't want more, and that's why she kept dating him. She said she doesn't want me to think of her as a stepmom, just a cool adult. I apologized for calling her a gold digger, and she said it wasn't a problem. Apparently, she could see why I would have thought that and isn't upset. Jenny wants the internet to know that she's about to turn 28 in a few days. Anyway, Dad's not really upset with me. I still like Jenny. Everything has been cleared up, and I'm not really uncomfortable anymore. Thanks, Reddit.
Okay, so we love it.
I do love it for her. It seems like she was able to get things off her chest. It sounds like they communicated in a mature way. I love that it worked out for her. But this dad, you can't tell me that he low-key, there's gotta be that. I don't know. I'm not a man. I just think men are gross. And younger women, men always are drawn to. And so you can't tell me that he finds out she's 27 and he's not like, oh my gosh, oh wait, like, dang, like I could pull a 27-year-old. She's so hot and fresh and young and new.
But so does that make him bad?
It makes it a little icky. If it's your father, it just feels weird.
I could understand for sure that it would feel weird, but knowing that she's in her career, she doesn't want kids, they have things that match up in their lifestyle, it's like, okay, it's not like she's just some child to him. Like there's actually some congruence for them. There's grounds for them to have a relationship.
Right.
And it's not just about the fact like, oh, she's fresh and I can pull a young babe. Like it's not that. But then again, this is my feeling. If you were to go and poll guys that are single at 46, if you're going to ask them, would you be comfortable dating a 27-year-old? They're going to say no. But if a 27-year-old showed interest in them, they're not going to shut it down.
I want to like flip the script on you and say like, we're divorced. I'm 46 years old. I have our children. Let's say we have 5 kids. And this girl, how old is this OP?
OP 20 or 17.
And our daughter or our son is 17 years old. And I'm dating a 27-year-old and things are getting serious. And I'm 46 years old.
It does feel, I mean, sorry, but the reality is it feels a little bit different giving the gender swap.
Why? Because now you're seeing it in a different light?
Because you would be searching for a doctor, and there's not going to be a 27-year-old doctor ready to rock and roll.
What if he has a great career?
I mean, so if it was apples to apples,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, go get it, Wit. Go get it.
No, you would not.
I would look at him and be like, were you held as a child?
I'd be hot as a 46-year-old, sir.
Of course you
You would say, you lucky son of a gun. That's what you would say.
That's
and you'd
exactly
say, I wish I was you.
Yeah, and I'd say, if you break her heart, I will kill you.
Even though I already did because we're divorced.
Right. If those other things in your life are synced up,
yeah,
then age becomes less of a relevancy thing. It's just the fact that when you think of a 27-year-old and you think of a 46-year-old, it would be in drastically different places in their life. But the fact that she's established in her career, she doesn't need his money. She's doing well.
I know, and she's so what's the word? Emotionally mature. She's great.
Yeah, she took the kid out. She's like, dude, I don't want to be your stepmom.
She's so cool. She's like, I totally get it. It's okay you call me a gold digger. That's funny. Like, it obviously shows that she's so secure in who she is.
Right, and the humor, the fact that she's like, by the way, tell the internet I'm close to 28.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I really like her.
I think if there'd be no reason why you would turn down 46. I don't think you would look at a 46-year-old that was interested in you if you were attracted to him. You had things. I think you'd be like, game on, brother. Let's do this.
No.
I think you would.
I do not. And I think, okay.
It's easier to be like, no, there's something weird. It's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. But
I don't think I could. But I think, too, there's got to be, like, some deep trauma within me as to why I'm responding so, like, doubled down on this, because when I was 16 I dated an older man, and so I just think, not like super old, you guys, not 46, but still, it's like it was not, I don't know how to explain it. I just think when I hear these age gaps where I just feel like the girl's way younger, or even the guy's way younger than the girl, it freaks me out.
It comes with this polarity, with this intensity, where you're not often starting on a level playing field.
Yeah.
There's this dynamic of like,
and what are the motives? Because there are motives that are icky.
Yeah, no, they're no doubt
triggering. I don't like it. So anyways, that's my story.
This would be the perfect time for me to read my bonus story.
You have a bonus story?
Listen, this is how it happened, okay? I found the stories that I wanted to use for the episode. I was doing my Reddit homework, and I found another story that I really liked that just doesn't really fit in the theme.
Oh.
I have to read it.
You have to read it.
Okay, I'm going to.
Yeah, you should.
This one comes from Am I the A-hole? And it was just too fitting. And the fact that you brought up what you just brought up, I mean, the stars are aligning.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm ready.
Am I the a-hole for being mad at my wife, saying breaking up with her ex was one of her biggest regrets, to a friend who is dating him?
To a friend that's dating him?
That is dating him. Now you know why I had to read it. I stumbled across it. I'm like, it's going in. It's pretty much just the title. The other day, one of my wife's friends was talking to her about a guy she was dating. It just happened to be my wife's ex.
That sucks.
The convo went to the friend, having some doubts about the guy. My wife said this, and I quote, "He is the sweetest and most wonderful guy. Breaking up with him is one of my biggest regrets." Close quote.
Divorce. Divorce, right? No.
You like, whoa? And my immediate response was, excuse me? And it took my wife too long to catch on. She was like, what? And it took her a while to process what she said. I told her never mind for now and let her finish the convo with her friend. Granted, her friend left pretty soon after that.
Oh.
We talked about it, and honestly, I'm still pretty pissed. She said she got caught with it and that she didn't really mean it. Honestly, it didn't make me feel any better, TBH.
No.
I've been keeping some space from her. And just a couple comments real quick. I bet her friend felt the same way as you. That's probably why the friend left shortly after. Nope, you're not the AH, and yes, you deserve a better explanation. Lots and lots of more of this. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to read. Man, my wife gaslit me for 15 years. Finally, after I left her and in counseling, it all came up. She was still in love with the figment of a guy. This is where it gets so difficult, and every person is unique. So I'm not saying your missus is like this. She needs to get professional help to understand herself. So my wife's ex cheated on her and got another girl pregnant, and then he married her. However, her ex was everything she dreamed of. He was taller, better built, better looking, could paint and play the guitar, and is generally a very talented dude. I, on the other hand, am not any of those things, but I am good at making money and being loyal and a provider. She never worked a day in her life, but still that was not enough. She dreamed of her perfect life with this perfect guy who could earn the money I could. So for 15 years, I was competing with the fantasy. That's the thing that got unpacked, is that I was competing with the fantasy, but this is where it gets weird. The real problem is, quote, why she was unable to connect with me when I provided her with everything she could want, close quote. So what it comes down to is her identity, essence, personality, her family system, and attachment style. So the real reason she had a fantasy was to justify self-disconnection, as she is actually a dismissive, avoidant person, and because of who she is as a person and her upbringing, she just doesn't want to build a bonded relationship, but is much happier at just having a provider who expects nothing from her emotionally. At the time, I was anxious attachment. Avoidant and anxious people go together like frogs in a pond. So after much to and fro, I left her, and by goodness, 9 years is the best thing I ever did, was to leave somebody that didn't really care to have me as a person in her life. She did say on the last session when I said we were done, quote, you have ruined my life. In the whole 15 years, she never did anything without huge duress, try and make me happy. She was excellent at controlling the frame to make me keep her happy, and anything I asked for was unreasonable. If any of this is ringing true, then you really need a lot of professional help to unpack the core of what a person is. And the core you have to get to is, what sort of relationship do they want, and what sort of relationship do you want? To be really clear, there is no wrong or right in any attachment style. It just has to work for both parties. I also don't like being with anxious, clingy partners or avoidant partners either, but it doesn't mean what I want is right. It's just what is right for me.
Oh, I like that. Wow. Well, he's learned a lot through his trauma, that's for sure. Good for him.
That is it. And it's crazy because so many people just go throughout life not knowing about any of these things that underlie their behaviors, their emotions, their motives. All of a sudden, life can be pretty freaking messy, and
And
you're looking up like, what is going on? Where am I? Crazy. That was just a comment on this, but there is an update.
oh my gosh.
It's very short. First, okay, so the update was only 2 days ago. It hasn't been good for our marriage. I feel so unloved by my wife right now. Honestly, ever since she said that, it feels like I just want to get further away from her. She still refuses to apologize and keeps insisting that she didn't mean it that way. She told me she is getting sick of this. I really don't want a divorce over this, of all things, and we are going to go into counseling. I want to at least try it. But damn, I've never felt so lonely in my life. I don't even want to look at her.
Okay. I think therapy is definitely going to be the best answer for them. I think it's going to really help him. I get why he's so upset, but it truly could have meant that she was just talking him up to the friend, not really fully being like, I still want to bone him. I still want him. I still want to get back with him. And she just said something super, super stupid. Like, she should have never said that. That's super inappropriate. But the fact that she was never mad that her friend was dating him, that's what gives me a little bit of like hope that like maybe there really wasn't anything going on, where she still has like strong feelings towards her ex.
Well, and the thing is that different personality types will handle those types of things differently. There's lots of people in the world
True.
that can break up with their ex after a very passionate relationship and still be friends. Like, there's
No.
I don't mean like I don't mean like they're best pals hanging out, but I mean that they're still involved in each other's lives. They run in the same circles, and it's not toxic whatsoever. They accept their relationship ended,
Oh.
and then you move on.
Like a real adult relationship. I'm not talking high school because I'm still
No.
friends with those guys, but like I'm saying adult relationship.
Yes, and that's what I'm referring to as well. I think that,
What?
and this is, I mean, you let us know in the comments, listeners, but I tend to believe, sorry, I'm not trying to make it personal, but you have a very staunch feel on this type of thing. And I think, generally speaking, in the world, it's not always the same way. Not always. Is there a lot of people that will operate the same way? Of course.
I think majority think my way.
Well, I don't know about majority. I don't know the numbers, but I do know that this, like, if this is correct, it doesn't mean that the wife necessarily wants to get back with the guy.
Yeah.
But I think it's healthy. It's a good thing that she's like, go ahead, date the guy. I thought he was a great person. It's just what she said was not okay.
Yeah, my biggest regret was breaking up with him. That's ridiculous. No, that's crazy. That's crazy, crazy. I'm glad you shared that. That's wild.
Just a random insert, so enjoy, listeners.
Yeah,
We still have more.
I'm excited for them to unpack all the things because I'm sure there's things on his end as well that he has never told his wife.
He absolutely has his own problems.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's so repulsed by her now and that he's so avoidant, like, I don't even want to look at her.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you are doing the avoidance now.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's kind of like, all right, bud, you got to put on your big girl panties. But I mean, I understand he's hurt, so go to therapy.
let's take this as a subtle reminder and a subtle time to talk to you, the listener. If any of this stuff ever rings true to you, go to therapy.
Please.
Get rid of the stigma, go to therapy, personal therapy, relationship counseling. It doesn't matter. Like, sort through what's going on the inside, because it is so valuable in just living more in touch with yourself, not just being reactionary. So this is kind of fun. This is a 4 years later update. Would I be the a-hole if I stopped supporting my disabled father over his preferential treatment towards my siblings? I, 26M, have two sisters. They're 18 and 23, from the same mom and dad. When I was 16, my parents went through a messy divorce, which resulted in my sister staying with my mom, and I stayed with my dad. My dad is disabled and has been unable to work due to a long list of medical issues since I was 16. He has kidney failure and is currently on dialysis while awaiting a transplant. This has meant that I have been looking after him in a variety of caretaking ways for over a decade. Throughout this time, his contact with my two sisters has been minimal. He has in the past allowed my oldest sister to claim benefits that she was not entitled to by claiming to be a carer for my father, amongst others. She has at no point in her life provided care for my dad. This caused many fights between my dad and I, as I felt he was allowing her to commit fraud just so he could feel like he was helping her.
Oh.
I was recently contacted by his doctor, who told me that my dad was no longer on the transplant list to receive the kidney transplant he needs. Apparently, his health is now so poor that they don't know for sure if he'll survive general anesthesia for the operation. I was told that a major factor for this was his poor diet, which has exacerbated his existing health issues. Hearing this, my wife and I decided to move back in with my dad to try to get him onto a healthier diet to hopefully prepare his body for the transplant he needs. After we moved in, I was going through his most recent letters when I discovered a letter informing him that my youngest sister had applied for a grant for young carers as a result of caring for him. My dad is lucky to see my sister once a month, let alone the 16 hours a week this grant requires.
Wow.
I confronted him, and he said he was just trying to help her out in any way that he could. This again led to a massive fight, as currently me and my wife are the only family members supporting him. My sisters do nothing for him. They are both adults, and yet neither has lifted a single finger once to help him. And yet here he is again, essentially committing fraud to help them out. We can't help but feel taken for granted and simply unappreciated. We do everything we possibly can for him, sacrifice our time, energy, and money to ensure he has a more comfortable life. But time and again, he chooses to focus his energy on helping my sisters cheat their way to funds and benefits they don't deserve. He's never once asked them to help him, so the burden of responsibility for his care rests entirely on our shoulders, despite the fact that of the three siblings, I am the only one not currently receiving any benefit related to his care. We are now at the point where we are considering pulling all of our support, financial and physical, and leaving his care entirely to the two women who are actually benefiting from providing it. Would I be the a-hole for withdrawing support from my father?
Okay. Has he communicated with the father saying, hey, you either pay us or we're out?
It's not that they could pay. Like, the dad's not paying the daughters. He's
Yeah, but
indicating that they are taking care of him so that they can get a leg up in school, so they can get grants and this and that. I don't even really know what the grants consist of. It's monetary gain that OP wouldn't benefit from.
Oh, well, then who cares?
That right.
OP is the a-hole.
And it's not, he has nothing to gain financially or nothing to lose financially, to my knowledge. Obviously, there's going to be some tax stuff and like dependency. I don't know all that. This story comes from the UK too, so it's even different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very different.
Yeah, because I know you know all the tax laws in the United States.
It's very different. I could tell you the differences on both of them if you want.
Yeah, you're a CPA.
For both.
For both. Anyways, there's a bunch. If anybody wants to go follow this, I mentioned it comes from Best of Redditor Updates. The OP goes into detail about what gain the sisters are getting, how it's not fair, how they're committing fraud, the way that it can be punished. All of those types of things are included. He's Some commenters are recommending that he report the fraud, that he
don't do that.
trouble, all the things. And to me, what it comes down to is just that he feels underappreciated. And I can relate to the fact that if there's other siblings in the picture that want to gain from the dad, but like he's seeing his dad in the worst shape of his life, and they're not even coming by to say hi.
Yeah.
They don't care at all about the case, the situation he's in. They just want to profit from him in some way.
Yeah.
I would be bent out of shape about that, but I would certainly not withdraw care. So several commenters are telling him to leave his dad. There's information about his relationship with his sisters, which is not good. That is kind of where it is left off until June 1st of this year. 4 years later.
Oh, shoot.
So there is an update. And so OOP says, I remembered this post as my dad's birthday recently passed. I thought I might as well give an update, even though no one asked. In January 2023, my father passed away from complete kidney failure.
Aww.
It wasn't a surprise to me. His health had been in decline and a transplant wasn't going to happen. The rest of the family, though, were shocked. The last time he spoke to anyone, I showed him the 7-week scan of my now 2-year-old son, his first and only grandchild. We'd rushed to get the earliest scan we could, knowing he didn't have much time. My son looked like a seahorse tadpole. He cried when I showed him, and he had a short talk about fatherhood before exhaustion took over. He fell asleep and never woke up. I asked him not to tell anyone since we were still early and I didn't want to jinx it. He said, I'll take it to the grave. Passed away 3 days later.
Aww.
He kept his word. I think seeing the scan and having that moment made him die happy. As for my sisters, they never changed. I let it go. I knew I couldn't change my dad and he was on borrowed time. For his birthday that year, we rented a canal boat since he'd always wanted one. He crashed it almost immediately. It gave him less and less consideration, ignoring him completely on what turned out to be his last birthday. No visit, no call, not even a text. He was devastated and reduced contact with them, though he never stopped helping them financially. When they found out he was dying, they rushed to his side and stayed until he passed. But like before, it was too little too late. He was already unconscious. They hadn't shown urgency when he first was admitted, only showing up when I told them he had chosen to end life support. I'd been told the day he was admitted over 2 weeks earlier that he might not survive, and I believed it. I'd seen him in these situations before, and this time just felt different. The rest of the family still thought he would recover and didn't treat him as a priority. Eventually, my dad asked me if he was dying. Everyone else had been giving him false hope, mostly for themselves, so I had to tell him, yes, you're going to die soon.
Aww.
That was not an easy conversation. He passed surrounded by family who barely gave him their time when he was alive. My sisters definitely regret how they treated him, but it's too late. We were civil at the funeral, but hadn't spoken since. I scattered my share of his ashes at the end of the canal he never got to see. My sisters turned theirs into jewelry. I miss him every day, especially as his grandson looks...
Are you crying?
Yeah, why?
Aww.
Especially as his grandson looks so much like him. It's a shame things never got resolved with his daughters while he was alive. But I think he died a happy man, and that's enough for me. I think I was in a different state of mind when I read this the first time, because obviously it fits the episode. The sisters suck, but there is perspective to be gained from this story that it's don't take advantage of the time you have with loved ones. And if you're the sisters in this story, like, be better for that person,
Yeah.
That was my feeling. I was so glad that OP did update. He didn't withdraw care. He was with his dad till the end.
Yeah, me too.
And families are important.
They're very important. And it was beautiful to hear he was so intertwined with his father. Like, he knew his dad sneezed, he knew what was happening, or it was cool to hear how you can just tell he really took care of his dad, because he knew anything that was going on. He was
right there.
Thank you. Yeah.
16. He was 16 when his dad started the disability. And so he was literally the sole caretaker from age 16 to 26. He's 26 when he wrote the first post. And so that makes him makes him 30.
Wow.
This year. And yeah, so he took care of his dad for 12 years.
That's a long time. And him being able to show the ultrasound before he passed.
Don't get me started.
Oh my gosh. I feel like part of me is I'm sure that made him so happy, but I'm I know if it was me, it's I'm never going to meet my grandchild, you know?
That would be so sad, but also, yeah, very joyous. Very like that was his only grandchild. So
Yeah.
see the very beginning
Yeah.
of his life.
I love it. Well, I'm ready for mine. Am I the asshole for telling my twin sister her boyfriend hit on me?
Yo.
I, 25, have a twin sister, Kayla. We're identical technically, but over the years, we've made small choices to look a little different, mostly on purpose. She wears makeup every day. I don't. I usually go for plain clothes. She likes stuff that stands out. If you know us personally, it's not hard to tell us apart, but strangers confuse us constantly. Kayla started dating this guy, Ryan, maybe 6 months ago. I've met him a handful of times, mostly at family stuff, and he always seemed fine. A little quiet, not the most warm person, but she seemed really into him, so I didn't say much. For context, I've been pretty closed off lately. I was in a serious relationship last year with someone I really thought I was going to marry, but it ended up pretty badly. Long story short, he cheated. It wrecked me. I haven't dated anyone since, and honestly, haven't even been that social. I've kind of just been in recovery mode, trying to feel like myself again. Kayla's been supportive, kind of, but lately it's felt more like she's walking on eggshells around me. So a couple weeks ago, Ryan randomly followed me on Instagram. I followed him back, no big deal. Then one night around 12:40 a.m., he sent me a message that said, "Ever wonder what it'd be like if we kissed?" No context,
Ugh.
no lead up. I literally stared at it for a minute because I thought maybe he sent it to the wrong person. I replied with something like, are you serious? You're dating my sister. He left it on read and didn't respond. The next day I texted Kayla and just told her what happened. I sent her a screenshot and everything. I was calm about it. I really thought she'd just be pissed at him, dump him, and that'd be it. Instead, she got weirdly cold. Said maybe I misread it, then asked why he would even message me unless I had done something. I told her I hadn't even had a real conversation with him outside of family dinners. She kept pushing, said I was probably being dramatic, and eventually accused me of wanting attention because I've been lonely. Now she's blocked me on everything. No text, no social. I haven't heard from her in almost 2 weeks.
Oh
My mom says I shouldn't have said anything unless I was absolutely sure he meant it that way, which honestly makes me feel insane. What other way is there? So now I'm just sitting here feeling like I ruined my relationship with my sister by doing what I thought was the decent thing. And I can't stop thinking that if the roles were reversed, I would have believed her without hesitation. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, like what the what? What how could you interpret that any differently? It sounds like a drunk message. That's what it sounds.
Oh, you think so? Because it's pretty bold. It's as direct as you can be.
But it's like they've hardly ever interacted.
Yeah.
They barely know each other.
And why would he leave her on red? Like, if he's trying to cover it, he should have been like, dude, I'm so sorry. That was my dumb, drunk friend
Or yeah,
playing a prank. Like, make something up, bro.
I'm so sorry. I meant to send that to your sister, who's your twin.
Yeah, there you go.
Stuff, like being flirty. I don't know, something.
What an idiot. He left her on red. That enough is an answer to
He's like,
me.
oh, she's not down. Like, is she not attracted to me the way her sister is? Is that not how that works?
Yeah, no, I guess not. I wonder if I don't feel like I ever see twins, except for like the crazy ones that go viral on social media or whatever, when like the twins marry the twin brothers or whatever.
Does that happen?
Oh yeah, yes. But I feel like majority of all the twins, of all the twins I know, they marry or date guys that look completely different.
Well, yeah.
Like so different.
If I was to imagine being a twin, I feel like I would strive for different.
Oh, please. Everything I would want to be different. Can you imagine your twin brother and you were in love with the same girl?
Well, no, that's the whole point. It's like, oh, okay, you have a preference. I'm gonna try to make it so that I don't like the same girls as you.
Yes. Well, okay, there are a couple comments here. Not the a-hole. You did the right thing by telling her. If a guy I was dating messaged my sister, something like that, I'd want to know right away. The fact that she's defending him instead of even considering your side is a red flag.
Huge.
She's got her blinders on. Woods, get out. Sorry, guys, that was my dog. She's got her blinders on, and she ain't taking them off anytime soon.
No, when for what? The guy sounds like a goofball.
And here's another thing. I think that Kayla is jealous of this twin sister too, because I feel like
there sounded like
there's something there. Because for her to just be like, you're lying, you did something, you're the reason why he would message you that, block.
And if you were just judging a book by its cover, she also said Kayla's the one that like wears makeup all the time and is always like getting more dressed up, like fancier type stuff.
Yeah.
Says that in the beginning. So it just seems like she's more outward, more needing more of that type of like gratification as opposed to this girl who's like a hermit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I have an update.
Oh.
2 weeks later. Yeah. So, yeah, this all sucks. I hadn't heard from Kayla at all until a few days ago when I got a message from her out of nowhere. I'm sorry. You were right. No explanation, just that. Then my phone started blowing up. Turns out Ryan got caught sleeping with one of Kayla's coworkers at her job. Like in the office. The same workspace that Kayla and Ryan go into every day. Apparently he got caught on security cameras sneaking back into the communal workspace with this other female coworker. Her boss found out, Ryan and the coworker got fired, and Kayla didn't know what was going on until after Ryan and the other girl were escorted out of the building.
Oh my gosh.
Her boss is the one that finally broke the news. I guess some of their mutual friends knew about the affair and never said anything, which makes this whole thing even messier. She still hasn't fully apologized for how she treated me, but at least the truth is out now. I don't feel good about any of it. Just kind of sad that I had to get this bad for her to see who he really was. Now we're both in our heartbreak era. Pray for us.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That is insane. In the workspace?
Yeah.
Be so for real.
Be so for real. He's a savage.
The dude is off his rocker.
He just really wanted to take it to another level. I'm banging the twin sister. Like that, you're just crazy, bro.
And you can't make that make sense. There's not a world where like, what are you shopping for? It's literally just
that's so true.
Like they are twins. Well, that was a crazy story. Going for shooting the shot with the twin.
Yeah.
So gnarly. I don't know if the listeners are going to be able to peg which of those four is fake. Let us know what you think.
I will be so impressed if they get it right.
If you get this one right, I'm going to be shocked.
Oh, so shocked.
Hit us up. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
YouTube.
Follow. Give us a rating on your favorite podcasting app. We love you, podcasters. Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
And keep the show notes. We're going to include all of the discount codes that we have, all the brands that we're affiliated with. Primarily for this week, Smoothie Box. Huge shout out to Smoothie Box. Get you some smoothies. It will be the best thing you ever did, especially if you like this type of food. It's so easy.
Well, and I think for me, I'm going to be totally transparent here. I suck at making smoothies. I've never been one to be good at them. And the fact that it's delivered straight to your door. I don't have to buy the ingredients, think about what I need to get. It's already there, ready, prepped in a bag, pre-made. I dump it in the blender. It tells me exactly how much liquid I'm supposed to put in and what type of liquid. Dump that in, and then it's good to go. So it's so easy, so fast, and it's extremely healthy for you. Everything's organic. There's just so many good things in these smoothies that you wouldn't think to put into a smoothie. Like when you're saying, I'm going to make a strawberry smoothie, you're putting strawberries and a banana in it and calling it good. This has so much more to it.
You're showing your smoothie ineptness.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much.
I'll tell you that's the case. But guess what, guys?
Smoothie box.
You don't have to worry about any of it. The smoothie box is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And in the box that we got, protein.
Yes.
Greens. The greens taste bomb. All right. Well, we love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thanks for tuning in for another episode.
Oh,
if you love
Joseph.
If you love listening to this podcast, share it with somebody.
Yes.
Somebody that needs a laugh, somebody that needs to go to therapy.
Or cry.
Or cry. Sometimes we cry. I think that's maybe the first time I've cried.
That's the first time you've cried.
I'm an emo guy, so that may happen again.
I'm surprised that it's only happened once.
I steer away from those.
Yeah. Well, no, you're cute. We love you guys so much. Thank you for the support and the love. And please poop your pants.
No. All right. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Internet Friendsy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Internet Friendsy. Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
Internet Friendsy, electric love so trendy. Bytes and bits we're blending. One click, no pretending.